I will say, as we move into Gen 5, I will say, by this point, I was thoroughly sick of fire and fighting. Thoroughly sick of fire and fighting, okay? I think Superior is cool. And I never really thought too much about Samurott, but when Hisuian Samurott came out, I thought that was a cool Pokemon. That's just a cool Pokemon to me. I always thought Duat was cooler than Samurott. Am I wrong on that? Maybe. I always thought Duat was pretty cool, might I say. So, Emboar bogs down both. Yeah, I agree. Like, at first, when it was just Infernape and Blaziken, I was like, I'm alright with that. Okay, fine. And then Emboar came out, and I'm like, bro. And then they had the nerve. Well, we'll get there when we get there. You know where I'm going with that, but it is what it is. I hate the Gen 5 starters. Yeah, if I was to be honest, they might be my least favorite starters, actually. If I'm holding it under a microscope, I have to look at Alola. I haven't really looked at Alola yet, so let me get there. But so far, yeah, Gen 5 is my least favorite as well. Gen 5 is my least favorite gen in general. So, like, yeah, it really, I don't know. I guess maybe it just put a bad taste in my mouth when they were like, oh, yeah, we're just rebooting all of Pokemon. And I'm like, yeah, but you're doing it poorly. There's no way you're going to tell me Superior is better than Venusaur. Emboar is better than Charizard. There's no way you're telling me Samurott is better than Blastoise. You know what I mean? Like, those are freaking iconic, Anyway, that said, I do love me some Lillipup line. I love me Lillipup. I love me the Herdier, and I love me the Stoutland. And I can't pronounce it any other way. You gotta say it that way. Stoutland. But anyway. I grab Demon and we riot over your Gen 5 comment. I know y'all love Gen 5. The Gen 5 does have a couple bangers, and we'll get to that. Gen 5 has Excadrill. I love Excadrill. I think Gen 5 might actually have more Pokemon on this list up here than Gen 4, but let's see. Let's wait and see. That said, though, I think it has a lot of worse Pokemon, in my opinion. But I think there's something to be said if I genuinely do love more Pokemon than I loved in other generations, so let's get to it. Scrafty has grown on me. I really miss Scrafty, bro. That one really hurt. I was like, no. I don't know if you guys understand. I actually really like Scrafty. Oh, I skipped him. I also really like Crocodile. Or am I saying that wrong? Which one's the red one? Is it Crocodile? There's Sandile, is it Crocodile and then Crocodile? I think I got that right. It's been a while. Gen 6 starters are cool, but Gen 5 Gen 5 Pokemon are better. I think I might agree on that. But let me cook. We'll find out. We'll find out in a minute. I'll do Gen 5 and then I'll do Gen 6 and we'll go back and compare. Crocodile. Yes, the GOAT. I love him. Shout out to that whatever the hell this Pokemon is called, Kara Costa or something. Cool Pokemon. They gave Garbodor a what's it called? A Gigantamax? That's crazy. Shout out to Zorua. I actually do like Zorua better than Zoroark. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I like is this Unova? I like Unovan Zoroark better than I like Hisuian Zoroark. That might be a crazy thing for me to say, but it is the truth. I think he's cooler. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like any of these Pokemon. I kind of like Jellicent. Not enough, though. Not enough to put him on the list. I love Chandelure. I love Chandelure. I cannot wait to start using him in the Soul Link. Probably next episode. Okay. Zoroark. Oh, Zorua is cool. Zoroark is eh. I agree. I agree. I think Axew, I have a hot take on. I think Axew in a vacuum. I'm sorry. I was holding Haxorus. What's the middle one called again, by the way? It's Axew evolves into something. Zoroark assist trophy though? Goated. Goated. Fracture, thank you. I think Fracture is cooler than Haxorus. I think Haxorus everybody wants to like. But if you really compare him to the other dragons, Haxorus is not it, my guy. Haxorus is not. It's not the one. That might be a hot take. I just don't, you know what I mean? I know you're going to disagree with me. But talking about it in general. Like the overarching populace, I think. I'm torn on Bisharp. Haxorus is better than you. Oh, you think Axew is the cooler one? Okay. Not mad at it. I think that's cool. I think that's a cool opinion. Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm gonna come back to Bisharp. I love Hydreigon. I just got one today in Pokemon Go. Finally, I was working really hard at it. I got a lucky Hydreigon. So I'm fired up to. I haven't even powered him up. His CP is already like 2,900. I'm like, just from the evolution alone, I'm like, that's amazing. That's so cool. Love the typing. Love that he gets insane coverage. He can learn pretty much any special move in the, like that you want to teach him. Just a great Pokemon in general. Okay, Bisharp. I'm torn on Bisharp. I actually have a King Gambit in Gen 9, and I worked really hard to get him. I don't even remember why. I was fascinated, I guess. I was fascinated by the Pokemon. I think he's a cool Pokemon. I think Bisharp is cooler. Am I crazy for saying that? I think Bisharp is the cool one. I don't know. Bisharp reminds me of that, like, he looks like a little Power Ranger, or like the Axum Rangers specifically from Mario RPG. Red. He kind of reminds me of Red. Can you guys see it? No, I don't think you can. This guy? Can I make it bigger? Wait, that's terrible. He kind of looks like him, doesn't he? Am I wrong? Oh, you know what? No. Hold on. Here's what he really looks like. Not Axum Ranger Red. Axum Blade. No, not Blade. Breaker. Is it Breaker? I don't remember. Let me see this. The ship. This guy. Yeah. Am I right? He just reminds me of the Axum Rangers, honestly. I think he just, as a whole, I think he looks like him. So where to see it? Okay, I like Electros. Um, he was on my team in Gen 5, but past Gen 5, he's all right. He's not it for me. You know what it was? He got nerfed over time, like accidentally. He got like accidentally nerfed, I would say. There's like so many ways to hit him. It used to be like, oh man, he doesn't really have weaknesses because he's got levitate, you know. But like, I don't know. There's so many other things you could do to him now. As a Pokemon design, it's interesting. He's interesting. You know, like imagine an eel got arms, you know, but the arms were also kind of like just like its face. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I think another interesting Pokemon in Gen 5 was Shelmet and Carablast evolving into Axelgor and Escavalier, respectively. I think those are really cool Pokemon. Beartick, also a cool Pokemon. Could get another Ursaluna-esque evolution. That would be interesting. I do like the legendaries. In Gen 5 more than I like Gen 4, maybe even. No, I don't know if I could say that. No, I don't know if I could say that. What I will say is there are legendaries from Gen 5 that I do like. That's about it. Zekrom is badass. I also do like Reshiram. I like that you can combine them with Kyurem. That was a first. I like that they make different Pokemon. I like that we might even get a new Pokemon where all three are combined in Pokemon Legends ZA. Maybe. I know really like ZA is focused on like Kalos, but like there's always the option. Like there's always the possibility when a new Pokemon game comes out for them to finally finish the lore that was implied. I'm just saying. Anyway, going back to it, I did not care. I didn't really care about the roaming trio until Pokemon Go. My Virizion and my Terrakion are amazing in Pokemon Go. They're so good. But I always liked Keldeo better, if that's fair. Still not enough for me to put on the list. And I don't really care about the genies, I'm not going to lie. Something that bothers me about the genies, do you guys ever notice this? In the decks, you have Tornadus and Thundurus, and then you have Reshiram and Zekrom, and then you have Landorus. That bothers me. This is not an error. It is like this in the decks. It's so annoying. It has to be an oversight, by the way. It has to be. Hopefully in Black and White Remix. Yeah, because that's coming around the corner, isn't it? Probably. You pronounce Caldeo rather than Kaldeo. I didn't say Kaldeo, did I? I say it the same way, I think. Caldeo. I've heard Caldeo before, and I don't like that. I don't like Caldeo. But Caldeo, right? That's how I say it too. I love Virizion. Thanks to Mystery Dungeon. Gates to Infinity. Oh, I never played that one. One of the few parts of that game. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I love Meloetta. Shout out to Meloetta. Just saying. Is it enough to put on the list? Specifically Aria form. I think I will. Okay, so third. It's the third mythical on the list. I think that might be it for mythicals. I'm not going to lie. But we'll find out. Gen 6, baby. Shout out Genesec, by the way. Shout out Genesec. Gen 6. The legend, or the, what's it called? The starters get a little cooler. My Twitch crashes when I try to use emotes in mod view. Oh, really? That's weird. That's the one I know. Oh, you never played the original one? Brother, that might be a fun stream. Or two. I love the original. But they're all good, I think. That's what I hear anyway. Okay. The starters are great. I'm not a Greninja fanboy. Sorry. Just not. I do like Talonflame, though. I think that's a cool Pokemon. Not cool enough for me to put on my list. I like Pyroar. Shout out to the Pyroar sexism. They should definitely have the different forms here, but it is what it is. Love Greninja. I think Greninja is probably... Let me think about this statement before I say it out loud. I think Greninja's probably the coolest starter they've ever made. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair statement to say. In terms of just straight coolness, I think Inteleon comes close, I will say. But I do think Greninja is cooler. Pyroar, S tier for personal reasons. I like it. I was just saying the other day, I think Pyroar deserves to have a Mega. Especially if Lysander or comes back in any sense of the word. I think it's time. I think it's time for a Pyroar Mega evolution. I think that'd be sick. Same with Florges, actually. I think Florges would be a pretty sick Mega. I always thought it was kind of weird how Floette got the spotlight. Just side note. Yeah, Florges would be interesting. Like, would you just evolve your Floette already, brother? Like, it's been like 3,000 years. All right. I'm gonna put Aegislash, but you see, they have two different forms here, by the way, for Aegislash. But this one's the iconic one, so I'm gonna put it here. Love me some Aegislash. You're telling me you incorporated a rock, paper, scissors into the battle mechanics? I love it. I'm here for it. Yes. Floette's your favorite form of that line? I feel like that's the case for most people. I just think it's weird that the game points that out. But I guess it's not that weird. I mean, Ash has Pikachu, you know? Not Raichu. I will say huge shout out to what the heck do you call this Pokemon again? Something Aurora. Aura something. And Tyrant. I like those Pokemon. Auroras, thank you. Yeah, I do love Auroras. Almost enough to put on the list. I think Sylveon's overrated. That's my hot take of the day. Please do not what do you call it? Crucify me for that. I think he's a little overrated. I love Goodra. I've never used Hisuian Goodra. Is he part steel? I'm gonna put Goodra on the list. Who's overrated? Sylveon. Oh my god, chat. I am dying. It's so hot. Okay. Let's wrap up Gen 6. You like Sylveon? A lot of people like Sylveon. I don't blame them for liking Sylveon. I just think Sylveon is like overhyped. That's all. I think Sylveon's cool. I actually just beefed up my Sylveon in Pokemon Go because he's good. He's a good Pokemon. But I do like Espeon more. like if the evolutions existed in real life, I would like to have Espeon. I think Espeon would be a very good like house cat. You know what I mean? I think that's what it comes down to. Halucha is okay. I like Halucha. He's kind of cool. I'm glad that it feels like they included some of my culture into the game. You know. Outside of my Xerneas, a Sylveon's my strongest fairy type. Dude, if I had a Xerneas, I would say same. Oh, it feels like you would love Halucha. I like him. I just I don't love him. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. Maybe because he like takes himself too seriously. Like if he was giving more of a Nacho Libre, but you know who does that is the Luchador Pikachu. You know what I mean? Oh, I love me some Luchador Pikachu. Hell yeah. He gives that energy more than Halucha does. Carbink is the Pokemon that they all want us to love, but none of us do. That said, I have two 100% Carbinks. So Carbink is kind of starting to grow on me a little bit. But we all know it's all about Diancie. We all know it's all about Diancie. She? Is Carbink only a female? I actually never knew that. Huh? Oh, Pikachu Libre is female? Always? That's crazy. Didn't know that. Carbink was gate blocked. Oh, Carvine. Carvine? We're talking about Carvine? What are we talking about here? What do you mean by gate locked? Gate blocked. Is Carbink a legendary? Carbink's not a legendary, is he? That's weird. Oh, I remember that. I remember that. Alright, let's cut to the chase. Noibat. Noivern. Specifically. Noivern is on the list. Honestly, Noivern and Gudra were the coolest dragon Pokemon that came out since Hydreigon in my book. And I was like, dude, finally, we got some cool dragons. It's been a drought. But we got them. It has weird lore history with Diancie. Yeah, very weird. I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was weird. It's something like they serve on the Diancie or something like that. It's like very strange. And like Diancie like rules over the... So it's weird. I do like Xerneas. I do like Evital. You know what? I think all the legendaries from Gen 6 are cool. I think all of them are. Now, there are less. There are significantly less. I think Volcanion is the least cool one, and Volcanion is freaking cool. So, take that for whatever it is worth. Shout out to my boy Squishy, who somehow didn't make this list, but fucking love Volcanion. I do too. I think he's so cool. I was like, dude, they finally found a way to do water fire. Yes. First of all. Second of all, look at him. Like, whoa. You know what I mean? Got a built-in aqua ring. So yeah, no, Volcanion is super sick. Oh, really? Eggman voiced him? That's actually sick. Did he piss on the moon? Does he miss his wife?